Linux, 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 Linux. If you're going to learn networking, you are going to need Linux. So today, we're going to be diving into the 3 stages of Linux. So, let's dive in to the first stage of Linux. So, first stage of Linux. First of all, you sit in your room, you walk in, you open your door, you walk in, you sit down, open your computer, and then you realize, I'm using Windows, not Linux. I need to switch to Linux, because it's very powerful. How do I do this? Well, this is the first stage of Linux. It's not a virtual machine, it's WSL. What is WSL? WSL is basically a way of using Windows on Linux. I mean, actually, it's the opposite. It's using Linux on Windows. How do we do this? Well, let me show you. What you're looking at right now is WSL used in a terminal. Basically, Linux on Windows, and it really doesn't really have the same file system, and it can't do too much, right? Kinda boring, Next stage. The second stage of Linux. So, we remember our first stage. This is this is kind of a big jump. So, yeah, be prepared. So, our next stage is also known as your, typical Linux operating system and typical Linux terminal. Nothing crazy, just pure bash, really. It's basically just a representation into normal shell like OS. It's basically a normal Linux distribution you could be using. It's kind of the surface of Linux. It's kind of the Linux we use every single day as an IT administrator. You're gonna need that. So it's basically this. Okay, we know that now. Okay, up to our next one. I know, it's a quickie video, I get it. But we're gonna go to our next stage. Third stage. Third stage is this is not your typical Linux. It's kind of basically what a lot of administrators, or if you're a red teamer, you'll use Linux distributions that are actually really powerful. Ones that can do very powerful things and require a lot of responsibility to use. And they're themselves really powerful, because what we learned from before in this video, Linux is very powerful, so it makes sense of how these programs are. These programs are actually very, very strong, and they can actually do a lot of things. They have more than just Ubuntu does, which is a Linux distribution. It's strong, it's good and all, but it just typical. Yeah, sure, it may still use bash, but it's not nearly as strong as other distributions that are so powerful at this stage. This stage is really powerful. So, yeah, these stages typically are used for, like, cybersecurity people, black hats, gray hats, red teamers, white hats. Just really the stronger side of networking. So, yeah.